What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Box to Box. My name is Harry Hicks, and I'm joined with
me,
Thomas McKeon and Max Botcher.
Max Botcher,
Hello,
reporting
gentlemen.
for duty.
Thomas McKeon, here, present.
Here.
Okay, thank you.
Harry.
Cool.
Here.
Let's jump into it.
All right, yeah.
You guys want to start with, let's just go right into match of the week last week.
Oh, yeah.
Atletico and Barcelona.
What a game.
Decent game.
Decent.
That was a crazy game, actually. 6 goals. 4-2 Barca.
My prediction was a lackluster 1-1, probably a really boring game.
What were you thinking? They both have such terrible defenses.
I know.
Max, you are boring.
I was watching
You
the game.
little
And
man.
I can't believe that I thought 1-1.
Barcelona.
With the defense.
Yeah, Tommy.
I know. I got my point back.
Now we're all even.
All even. I'm gonna bleep myself. Get. I was pretty excited. I went two. They went 2-1 up, and I was like, here we go. But there's no chance. It was gonna go easy. Dama Traore, amazing.
Yeah.
Dude, he looked like
so
a
good.
totally different player.
I know.
I think it's very interesting to see him. So obviously, we spent all of last podcast just destroying Barcelona, and then they had their biggest win of the season. Jumped up into 4th place. The best performance of the
Javi
season.
Confirm listens to Box to Box.
Yeah. No, but I think it's really interesting to see them going for Adama Traore and Aubameyang, who are just like such different players than Barca has had, or like the traditional Barca player.
Yeah.
You know, where they have kind of the really kind of composed, great passing and stuff. And these guys are more explosive. Like Adama, shows up with baby oil on his arms and just like trucks people.
Yeah. It is a different Barcelona because it's...
But they kind of needed something different, you know?
They're not absolutely dominating possession like they usually do. I mean, they did this game. But instead of being that like very close quarters tiki-taka, they do have players that are now more explosive in open space and crossing. And they have like Luke de Jong at the end of crosses. Who they should start? They had Ferran Torres, who I thought was all right.
Yeah.
He wasn't like a star for that game, but Gavi on the left side looked great.
Yeah.
So they have these players that are a lot more exciting in like open space and like
Yeah, and I think the thing with Ferran Torres and Adama Traore is, yes, like maybe Ferran didn't have the greatest game, or Adama a lot of times really doesn't have, goal outputs or something like that. Yeah. But the thing is, regardless of that, you have to mark them because they can come up with like kind of like spectacular moments, or Adama can make a crazy run. Ferran can have a crazy like scorpion kick goal. The thing is they have that capability. So even if they're not really playing well, you still have to mark them knowing that they can do that.
Yeah.
So I think that's why you saw Atletico really needing to man mark Adama closely, but even at times try to double mark him just because of what he could do, you know?
Yeah.
And I think that even just him being on the pitch with that possibility is huge.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's that type of player can get like can get a stadium excited and whatnot, which I think Barcelona needs, which is good.
What about Jordi Alba's stunner?
Yeah.
His volley. That was ridiculous.
lucky, but I don't hold it against him. That was like phenomenal.
That was
good
crazy.
for him. And it was crazy to see him and Dani Alves score in the same game. That was kind of sick.
And then Dani Alves with the red card.
Yeah, typical.
That was deserved.
Yeah.
It was a goal assist red card for Dani Alves.
Yeah, full slate.
Patrick.
That's like
that's
typical.
Get in, get out.
That's typical.
Yeah. So that's pretty exciting. With that being said, though, do you guys want to give some predictions for this upcoming week? We have Napoli and Inter Milan on the docket.
1-2 in Serie A.
1-2. Yeah, it should be a pretty good game. I'm excited. I love watching. I feel like I watch more Inter than I do Napoli, but I love watching Napoli play. They have some exciting players. Dries Mertens, Osimhen. Yeah. So I'm excited. You first, Tommy.
I guess.
I was going to say.
All right, I'm going 3-1 Inter. I think Inter are a great team, and they're proven that, especially this year, that they don't need Lukaku, and it's a lot. Their midfield is like insane. They have Brozovic as kind of the pivot with Barella and who's on the other side? Kaluandu.
Çalhanoğlu.
I've never pronounced his name.
The free kick god.
And Perisic and
Trippier?
Darmian, and sometimes Dumfries on the right side, and they absolutely, I don't know. I just like every time I watch Inter, especially Barella, they just dominate the midfield, and it seems like they have perfected their wingback system where with Perisic and Darmian on the right side. I love watching. It seems like they're always on both sides of the pitch, no matter what. And Dzeko's going off. Lautaro Martinez is probably going to start too. So I'm going to go 3-1 because I'm not that impressed. Every time I watch Napoli, it feels like they have like star talent, but they seem slightly like unstable. They don't have like the strength to beat bigger teams. You saw like Fiorentina. They got destroyed by Fiorentina 5-2. Seems like they have the talent to like beat up on smaller teams, but not to beat the big teams.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go. I guess I'll go 2-0. I think Inter, and I think for a similar point, I feel like Inter Milan have such a system down, and I feel like it's so evident with Lukaku leaving and Dzeko sliding right in, and not really much changing.
Yeah,
they're still top of the league. They're still performing.
The managers swapped, and it's still
exactly.
Inzaghi came in, who also ran like a 3-5-2, but just said, "Oh, let's do it again."
Right. They just kind of cashed out and then kept doing the same thing and even without Hakimi too. And so I think that's why they're going to persevere. And I do agree, Tommy. I think Napoli have good players, but they're a little bit more not scrappy. They're much more put together than us, like to say they're scrappy. But I think Inter are they're like a machine, and I think they're going to kind of chug right through Napoli. Especially also Lautaro Martinez, but also Alexis Sanchez recently has been playing pretty well coming off the bench. So I wouldn't be surprised to see him, I don't know about starting, but definitely coming off the bench, maybe getting 20 or 30 minutes in. So that would be also exciting to see.
Yeah.
So we're all either going to be right or we're all going to be wrong.
Another
You're
USA
in the
versus
third
Canada.
spot. You have to do Napoli.
I have to go Inter.
Yeah.
Too. If
You
you
gotta
guys,
give a different score.
I'm going 3-2. Inter beat Napoli 3-2 in November. If you guys didn't watch that game, like there were like crazy goals in there. So I'm expecting a 3-2 win again. For pretty much all the reasons you guys said, but I think this one's going to be high scoring, honestly. I know Inter's playing Liverpool next week, so I don't know if they're going to rest any players. I mean, like they almost can't because they're playing the second best team in Serie A and it's close. But I'm sure that's on their mind. I know Bastoni might not be playing. I don't think he'll be ready for Liverpool either. So, goals.
Good.
Goals.
That's what I say. I must say, I feel, not to pat ourselves on the back, but I feel like these matches of the week, they've been good games.
They've been good games.
I've been excited to watch them.
Yeah.
That Barca Atletico was pretty high scoring. The Ajax one was fun to watch as well.
We have skin in the game too now. Because it's our pride. We're playing with our pride. We need, we're rooting for a team.
Yeah,
I guess we're all
fun.
yeah.
This one we can.
We're all Team Inter.
This is a co-op weekend.
Sure. We can be nice.
Be nice. How about the Super Bowl, huh? Let's get
all right, quick Super Bowl predictions.
Who Dey?
Yeah, Bengals. I'm going Bengals.
I'm going Bengals 37 to
What?
35. That's going to get there somehow. It's going to be a scoregami Super Bowl. What you got?
That would be kind of sick, actually. The Twitter feed would go crazy. Yeah, I think, I want the Bengals. I would like to see Matthew Stafford win. Would be kind of fun.
Yeah.
But I think it would be, I really don't care too much. So I think it would be more fun to see the Bengals win.
Yeah.
Score
Joe Burr.
40-41.
I think
if it's possible.
I think this will be relatively low scoring.
Like 1-0.
Yeah. I think 17, 21-17 or something like that. 24-17, something kind of in the middle. But Bengals, let's do it. Let's ride.
All right.
Quick segment. Wait, before we do, so our main topic
NHL?
No. Our main topic this week is going to be the Champions League. But before we get into that, I want to just talk a little bit about some of those EPL games in the beginning of this week. I don't know if you guys were able to catch either of them, but that Newcastle Everton game was so fun to watch because you had Lampard coaching Everton, Dele Alli, Donny van de Beek.
Oh shoot, they're already there.
Yeah, they're already there. And then Newcastle, who else was there? Chris Wood was playing.
Was Trippier playing?
Trippier scored a stunning free kick.
I didn't even hear about this.
Rocket. No, from like he ripped it right into the bottom corner and then was like screaming into the sideline. It was so sick.
It's back in England.
So it was pretty exciting to watch them. And Newcastle, honestly, statement with a 3-1 win. That's pretty big.
That's like
that shows intent.
Throws Everton in the regulation.
Yeah, I think Everton has a game in hand, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
So they can, Newcastle's still beneath them.
Right, but still
But it's still, yeah. No,
Newcastle's trending in the wrong direction.
Puts pressure on them, for sure.
Wow.
And then, one more. Tottenham lost today to Southampton.
Yeah.
2-1.
After a lead, right?
Kind of crazy.
I didn't get to watch that, but yeah, they were up by 2 goals or something like that.
I think so. I didn't watch that one either.
And then
but
they were losing after 3 minutes.
Yeah.
After being up by 2 goals. So.
Damn. So not good for my 4th place.
Yeah.
I'm still thinking about that.
Prediction?
West Ham
who else you got? You have West Ham in 4th place? Who'd you have?
I don't know.
Did
I say Arsenal?
Yeah. Arsenal can.
They can maybe.
Dude, Tottenham still has 4 games. No, I guess now 3
games in hand. Still, well, they'll be there.
Yeah.
We'll do
a recap of that soon.
Yeah, we'll get to it.
So.
All right, let's jump into some Champions League chatter. Let's start off with the big one, I think, or what I guess.
Well, what's the big one?
That's true. That's a good question.
I think there's a big one.
PSG, Real Madrid.
Yeah, that's the big one.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do for this episode is make a prediction as a unit. So we're all going to agree on one team that we're hedging our bet for.
Come on.
So we're going to embrace and cast a wish into the well.
Yeah, we have to embrace and say box to box after everyone.
Okay.
That's for Patreons only.
This one's honestly close because again, Neymar probably not available. Another Champions League game that he's gonna miss, most likely.
My sister's birthday.
No, that's
that was earlier this year.
March time.
Yeah,
I think
okay.
around that. But
keep going.
No, Neymar might miss this game. Ramos might miss this game, which is unfortunate. But he might be back for the return in Madrid, which would be
sweet.
Awesome.
Honestly, though, I feel like as far as their performance level, it would be so fun to see him play against Real Madrid. But for the performance sake, I feel like they don't need him or are kind of almost better without him since that's the team that's been playing.
Yeah, he hasn't been playing. Yeah, PSG is hard, and I feel like Madrid was on fire maybe 3 weeks ago, and now they've they lost that Copa del Rey game. They had a few ties, and they had another loss, and so I feel like they haven't they've been trending down right when it's Champions League time now. But I'm also not really confident in PSG in the Champions League game. I don't know.
So we have to. And this is also over 2 games.
Yeah.
My initial inkling was Real Madrid, which I feel like.
Yeah.
I don't know what the collective believes, but I think really the factor is how well Messi plays. If he plays like he's been playing in PSG or in League One, then as harsh as it sounds, they're going to lose.
He just got his 2nd goal of the year.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's not enough. But he scored already. I think he scored 3 or 4 in the Champions League.
Yeah.
Which is first of all, more in a lot less games.
And that's what they brought him in for too, is Champions League. They want to win the Champions League.
And also they have Mbappe, who, is probably the best striker in the world, or right there,
Yeah, that's another interesting thing is there were all those rumors of Mbappe's already had his contract signed. Is he going? And Mbappe is no, nothing's confirmed. And I think he's waiting until after the tie of PSG versus Madrid. Because, if he says something now, of course, he's going to get booed at home.
Yeah.
It's just going to be a weird, thing. Oh, did he play as hard as he wanted to? What's going on?
Yeah.
But, yeah, he's going to go to Madrid. I feel like it's, 99% sure. But, yeah. That was
also, if he loses... if like I don't know.
Yeah.
If he wins the Champions League with PSG, will he still go to Madrid? I guess probably.
Probably.
Gets more money. All right.
Yeah.
Let's make a decision. Tommy, what are
Tommy,
your
what's your input?
What are your match factors?
Match factors is, can PSG win on what's obviously going to be less chances? Like, there's no way that they dominate possession. From what I've seen of them in the Champions League against Man City, they can't retain possession for that much. They're essentially a counterattacking side. So can their defense hold on, and can Messi and Mbappe and maybe Neymar in the second leg score those chances? And that's just like, no, I feel like a smart move is to say Real Madrid is going to put a few chances away and prevent PSG from scoring that many goals.
Yeah.
And it's just like playing the odds. I think it's Real Madrid.
Yeah.
I can see PSG scoring crazy goals and winning, but in less of the potential futures, I'm gonna go Real Madrid.
Yeah, I think Benzema is consistent.
Benzema's awesome.
Vinicius is becoming more consistent.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I watch Benzema, he doesn't like make a mistake.
Yeah,
he receives the ball and he passes. He's not like flashy, but he scores goals and he passes like perfectly weighted balls.
Yeah.
I want to see him. I want to see him succeed. I don't want them to win the whole thing again. Like, chill out, Real.
Yeah.
Like, give him like 10 more years.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if they're maybe at the end we can do a round of 16 champion prediction. But okay, let's go Real Madrid. I think that's the consensus, unless there's a strong argument for.
I mean, the thing is, what I'm interested in seeing is Messi, Neymar, if he plays, and Mbappe, like, are they going to defend at all? Because that was the big thing when they were playing City. Like, is Poch going to be like, you guys need to defend? Like, they probably are going to have to defend against a Madrid team, and goals matter. So
yeah, they're going to defend, but they could only turn it on when it's too late. I feel like Madrid is in a better position because they can retain possession better.
Yeah.
And they also can get back on defense better.
Yeah.
So I think that plays to their advantage.
Maybe they'll try to defend more when they're at home because
away goals.
They're just trying to prevent some Real Madrid away goals. But I don't see that happening, really.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Madrid. Team Madrid.
Right.
Okay.
Let's go.
Hala Madrid.
Let's do, all right, easy one. Salzburg versus Bayern Munich.
Tough.
So we're thinking Salzburg.
I'm thinking Brendan Aronson hat trick.
Okay, so this on paper looks like a landslide, but like I was thinking just like what.
No way you're making a real case for this.
Okay, I'm not making a case. I don't think Salzburg is gonna go through, but Neuer just had knee surgery.
Yeah, that is true.
So he's out for like
who's their backup keeper?
3-4 weeks. It's Sven Ulreich. He's been on the team forever. He's been their backup. He's
heard
like
of
old. It's because Neuer plays every game, but like so Sven Ulreich's gonna play. Davies, like with his heart thing, like he's still out.
Yeah, he's gonna be out for like months.
Sule going to Dortmund. I have no idea if they're gonna play Sule anymore for the rest of the year. Like that's gonna be like a weird thing. So they might go like an all French backline with Hernandez, Nianzou, Upamecano, Pavard, which would be crazy. And then Goretzka still like question marks. Like no one really knows what his injury is. He hasn't been playing. So I mean, it could be interesting. Like maybe Salzburg
That is true.
scores.
I didn't even realize they had those injuries still.
And Bayern's team is still so much better. But if something happens or like there's another injury, like the defense is super thin right now, and the midfield would be thin. Like maybe Toliso's going to play with Kimmich in the middle. You have Musiala, of course, up front. The attackers are all healthy, knock on wood. But I mean, it's not the strongest Bayern lineup.
No,
it could be.
That's fair. I mean, what it's going to come down to is Bayern scoring goals, which like historically or this season, they're still doing.
Yeah.
So I think that's why I still back them, but it definitely will be more interesting. I mean, we saw their game against Leipzig this weekend.
Yeah.
3-2 was definitely kind of more interesting than I'm sure they were hoping for.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I was going to compare it to that. Like, even with that weak side, like Neuer's a big loss, though. But even with a weaker side, they still beat Leipzig, which I think Leipzig's a better team than Salzburg, even though Leipzig's struggling. So I feel like Bayern's still going to score like 6 goals over 2 legs.
Hopefully. I mean, yeah. All right, solid Bayern.
Yeah,
we can lock that one in. We can lock that one in.
I think it will be. That was a good point. But as Bayern.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, let's stick in the family and go Chelsea Lille. This one, okay, I'm going to say Chelsea. Yeah. I think Chelsea are going to get through. But the thing is, I don't think it's going to be as easy as people are expecting. I feel like people have been saying, oh, we have such an easy run of games. We play Plymouth Argyle, we play in the Club World Cup, and then we play Lille in the Champions League. These are all like such beatable teams. Well, so far we've struggled to beat Plymouth and, what was it, Al Hilal?
Yeah.
We've struggled to beat both of them. So I don't think it's going to be a walk in the park. That being said, I do think we can still beat them. We've still beat those previous 2 teams with Thomas Tuchel being in quarantine, which could play a factor. But I don't think it will be without nervous moments for Chelsea fans.
I think it's gonna be interesting. So I think the first game is gonna be in London, and they need to win that game because the second game is in France, and they have like very tight quarantine like vaccine stuff, and Chelsea is gonna be missing some key players. Tuchel said, because they're not vaccinated or they're not fully vaccinated. So Chelsea is going to be missing some players on the second leg, and they don't want to be going into Lille on a tie or down. Mm-hmm. And then mentally it's hard too because you're going to be missing players, and no one knows, like they haven't released like who's going to be missing, but he said key players on the squad. So Chelsea need to win like big at home, like 2-0 at home or something.
They need to like take it personally. They need to like retain their crown.
Yeah, and they can beat Lille.
Right.
Lille's
it shouldn't
like
be
not
like that's the thing. It shouldn't be as much of a question as it's kind of becoming.
Yeah. And I will say like sometimes it is harder to beat these like smaller teams just because it's like, oh, we're Chelsea, like we can beat these teams, but against Lille, hopefully they're going to step up and they'll handle the business. So handle the business.
Yeah. I feel like right now there's very few players that on the team that I feel like are in form and I can trust to really dominate in a game like the Champions League. Hopefully that brings it out of them. But I feel like if we are going to win, it's going to be on the backs of Mason Mount and Antonio Rudiger and Thiago Silva. And Mendy will be back, which will be good.
Yeah.
But those are
shout out Kepa.
Yeah. Kepa did great. I'm proud of him. Really proud of our boy. And Ziyech is like really in form right now. But there's no like excitement. There's no what like really frustrates me watching Chelsea recently has been with our midfield. I think like Kovacic and Jorginho and sometimes even Kante, they just drop back a lot and there's not a lot of drive to score goals. So we're just like on our back foot a lot. We're just like it's very stagnant. And if that doesn't change by the time it's gonna be like a week and a half.
I bet Reece James plays.
He's gonna be back by then.
He was in the traveling squad today.
Ooh, that'd be huge.
So I bet he plays, and I bet that hopefully helps lift the team a bit.
Yeah.
Kind of gets
like
back
that.
to their previous form.
Yeah.
I think that'll be huge
if you start
can.
building strength or you get some players back.
Yeah, that's the thing. In this game, it could be tense, and it could be, with like those nervous moments I was talking about, like we experienced today in the Club World Cup. Or it can be a huge game that kind of lifts Chelsea forward. And the Champions League of all places is a good spot to try to have a big game that can give you some momentum.
Right.
So I think it could be good also because Lille, at the end of the day, are a very beatable team.
Yeah.
So if Chelsea is playing with confidence, which they should, then I think it could be good.
Excellent point, Harrison. That was great.
That
was good.
Vamos.
Lock it in.
Let's go Blues.
All right. What about this one? This one I don't know so much about. Atletico Madrid versus Manchester United.
This one's tough.
Two teams not playing up to their pedigree.
Yeah.
No, not at all.
That being said, okay, go ahead. Yeah.
I have a hatred for Manchester United, as you know. I think there's not many teams like soccer teams that I actively root against. I love watching Man United lose. See the FA Cup game that they lost?
Yeah,
beautiful.
they tied Burnley.
Tied Burnley? Did that?
Yeah.
Oh my
Harry
gosh.
Maguire.
I saw his master class defender, $80 million fridge.
But also, Athletic Madrid are like rough right now.
Yeah.
Especially that game against Barcelona.
Yeah.
João Felix, you were saying before that he's been playing with a broken
bone in his foot for 6 months or
Yeah.
something, which I guess explains his play. He hasn't been playing up to par.
Yeah, and it's also because
Maybe
it's not
like.
Yeah.
I don't know, João Felix. And he's never really meshed well with Atletico and their system. So,
Well, the thing, like Correa is their top scorer, so I feel like he should just start with Suarez, and then that's
Correa.
goals. You know.
Yeah.
I feel like yes, I do think. I mean, like to a certain extent, we do have to factor in Cristiano Ronaldo in the Champions League, where he is kind of a different animal. But I think I'm going Atletico, like fairly confidently, because United have been so poor lately. Atletico have not been as poor as United.
Yes, I agree.
United have been like in shambles, whereas Atletico, they're still doing well. They're 5th in La Liga, which maybe isn't where they want to be, but they're still, playing good. They're not like a bad team, whereas United are on like the verge of fully collapsing.
Yeah. I'm gonna say United here actually. I think. Okay, so first Ronaldo is on the biggest like goalless streak since 2010, and it's been 5 games. So this is the longest he's gone without scoring a goal since 2010. It's been 5 games, which is ridiculous.
That is absurd.
That's like insane. So yeah, Ronaldo's probably going to play because you can't not play him in the Champions League. And United's problem isn't, yes, they have like the defensive blunders, but since Rangnick has been coach, they've let in less goals. So defense really isn't their problem. I think scoring is their problem. Like they don't score. They have tons of 1-1 draws and like 0-1 losses or something like that. They need to score. And Atletico's defense isn't up to par this year. But it's going to be so close. It's going to be so close. I think United's going to pull it off for some reason.
My gut is telling me Man United. It's probably because we just watched Atletico get picked apart by Barcelona. Yeah. A team that is trending upwards, but still not at their peak. And I feel like, I don't know. I feel like just Manchester United has, you know what? No.
Well,
I don't know. I think they're both bad.
So no. So I don't like. No, that's the thing. I don't think Atletico are bad.
Right.
Like whatever, for generally speaking, like bad right now.
Right.
Because yes, they lost to Barcelona, but and I think it's because we weren't expecting Barcelona to be good. But Barcelona were very good. They played like very, very well. And so that's, if you're going to lose to a team, you might as well lose to a team that has a phenomenal performance.
Yeah.
Whereas United lost or tied Burnley and lost to Middlesbrough.
Yeah.
Which, they just played the game. It wasn't like they were like in flying form, coming out with all these new signings, like playing very well. So, yeah, I think on paper or like, whatever, I think Atletico should win. I think the only reason or the only way they don't is if Cristiano Ronaldo puts the team on his back and scores 2 goals and, is the difference maker.
Yeah.
My thing with United is I think they have more talent than maybe like raw talent than Atletico. So that's the only reason why I'm leaning towards them, but they're not playing well.
Yeah, I don't like.
So, yeah, I mean, I'm just going off of like potential. Like United could be so much better than they are. But right now, maybe Atletico's playing better as a team. So we can go with them if you guys think so. I mean, I'm not going to argue hard for United.
No.
Like, I'm not that
No,
I'm
like,
not that set on it.
Yeah, I want United to lose.
It's a close matchup. You know, I think it is a very close matchup. My gut is leaning towards Atletico just because of United's recent form.
Yeah, I'm fine with Atletico.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that. And I hope if Man U do lose, I hope they get destroyed. It would be glorious.
Okay, Thomas. All right. Sporting versus City.
Interesting.
Next.
No.
Hey.
Sporting. Not really, but no. Kyle Walker is out with the red card for 3 games.
Oh no! What are they gonna?
Because
what?
Zinchenko sucks.
No,
No, he
I
does
think
not.
Zinchenko sucks.
Decent.
I think Zinchenko sucks.
He's all right. You put Cancelo on the right, and
He'll play left, but
Zinchenko's not bad. He's not like. He's
I don't
better.
think
Like.
I don't think he's that good.
He's not
Okay, well maybe he's
but
not
he
like
is pretty
City
good.
quality, but he's definitely better than like.
Yeah, but I think missing him, if not for both of these legs, like he's gonna miss the quarterfinal or whatever after this 2-1 game, which is still big for City. And we don't have to worry about it, but like Sporting is still a good team. Like they're second in the Primera Liga, so they're right in between Porto and Benfica. And they're good. I mean, they beat a Dortmund team in the group stages.
Hey, they're good, but have you ever watched
I know.
play?
I'm not gonna say they're. I bet they'll get goals.
I know. Yeah.
I bet
they'll get 1 goal.
I bet the
City's
matchups
a
are gonna
rock,
be like
defensively.
yeah.
Even if they could score, then they have to be defensive themselves.
It's probably gonna come down to like a shootout. It's probably gonna be like 4-2.
What? Oh.
I think it's gonna be like 4-2, like games like that. 4-2, 3-1.
No.
You think it's gonna be low scoring?
Yeah, I mean,
I think it's going to be like 4-0.
Yeah, like
I think Porto. I think Sporting's getting goals.
mark that down. I want to.
Yes, Sporting's getting goals.
That is a. That's
Sporting's getting
something.
goals.
Okay,
Let's
no,
go.
yeah, I'm
City's
gonna say-
City's
I'm gonna
going
say
through, but I think Sporting is gonna score goals.
Okay, I'll bet they won't.
You think no goals whatsoever?
I think Sporting's not going to score a single goal. I think Man City is so dominant.
I think they score 1 in the second leg.
I think Kyle Walker is so crucial to the defense.
He's good. He is very good.
I've seen Zinchenko. I think Zinchenko's pretty good moving forward, but defensively, I feel like I've seen him make a few mistakes. And City in the Champions League.
Still,
That's a bigger factor, I think, than Zinchenko. But I think round of 16, I think it's a wash.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on.
who's up next?
Next on my list here, Inter Milan versus Liverpool.
Ooh, this one
is, I feel like, the most potential for a big upset if
Yeah.
Liverpool lose.
Yeah. Liverpool are pretty big favorites in this one, which is kind of surprising because Serie A leaders, Inter. And we were just talking up Inter the whole time too. So
Yeah, but I think they're favorites because, they've been playing well, and I think people just rate the Premier League higher than Serie A. But also, if we're looking at the league table, Liverpool are 10 points back behind City.
Yeah.
That's a big difference. So I don't think that you can fully just take it.
yeah.
I want Inter Milan.
I
win
want Inter
so
too.
bad.
Yeah.
Mane and Salah are just gonna fight now forever.
No, they're not.
See that?
Mane to Madrid.
When was it Salah taking the pen? No, it was
Mane taking the pen.
Mane taking the pen, and Salah was coming up and saying,
telling which-
tell him which way.
I feel like I want Milan to win or Inter to win, but I don't see how it happens, unfortunately.
I think Liverpool's not 10 points worse than Man City. I think Liverpool is also an incredibly strong side, and I think they're gonna beat them. I think it's gonna be Inter Milan aren't gonna be able to play their game that they play in Serie A, and they're just not gonna. You see that sometimes, like teams that seem better because or like are good in their leagues because they can dominate possession and play their game, come up against teams like Man City, Liverpool, and just like the best teams in Europe, and they can't play their game, aren't used to that counterattacking play style that they are forced to play in that game, and they're not really gonna compete that as much.
Yeah, and Liverpool has one of the best players in the world right now.
Two of them.
James Milner and who else?
Are you talking about
Adrian?
Henderson and James Milner? Yeah, same thing as you guys. I want Inter, but probably Liverpool.
Yeah.
Probably the pool.
Yeah.
I'll get him.
Unfortunately.
Final answer.
All right, we have just
The
two
tribe
more.
has spoken.
Villarreal, Juve. Unfortunate.
I like Villarreal every time I watch them. I'm pretty impressed.
They only are good in the Europa League.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's true.
They're playing above their league now, Tommy.
Yeah. They missed out on their chance for a Europa League title.
I know.
They're both
Should have gone third place.
underperforming.
What are they doing?
They're both like four. They're like fifth or sixth, both in their respective leagues. So they're like kind of underperforming what their usual level is. But I feel like Juve has like made more changes during the winter.
Vlahovic.
Yeah.
Vlahovic, yeah.
And
they're playing
Zakaria, however he pronounces it. They both scored on their opener.
That's
Yeah.
sick.
So I like Juve, honestly.
I could see that, but I think I like circled this as the potential upset because of Juve's form in terms of like this season hasn't been great, and yes, they got Vlahovic, and Villarreal do have at least Europa League success, so I feel like they have the ability to beat bigger clubs. So I was thinking maybe Villarreal. Like Juve went out to Porto last year. Could happen again. Something crazy.
Yeah,
could
but
happen.
that was like last minute. Wasn't it the goal that went under the wall?
Yeah, under
too?
the wall from like 40 yards.
And Ronaldo like moved or something like that.
stuff.
But
It could happen again.
I think Juve's.
I'm saying
Juve
this
has
is
more
one to watch.
Juve has
No,
more
I think
experience.
Yeah, I think Tommy, I agree with you. I think it is a potential upset. I'm not
Yes.
backing, or I'm not like putting my money behind.
We got to pick one upset, you know?
Then okay.
No, we don't have to.
Well, I think Inter has a better chance of being Liverpool than Villarreal does of Juve.
Yeah, fair enough. We don't have to pick an upset.
Okay, I think Juve.
Okay.
Well, do you
Fine.
agree?
I agree. I have to agree.
No, we have
I can't secede from.
Well,
but
I think
I'm going to
Juve-
secede and start my own
it's 2
podcast.
versus
Yeah,
one.
so to say,
It's
you're
2
sitting on the
versus
couch.
It's
Yeah.
2v1.
Okay, but that's fine.
All right, Benfica Ajax, our last matchup.
Ajax is winning it all.
Well, Tommy,
I know,
Tommy
that's what I
has
was
him in
gonna
the
say.
final.
I think Ajax could go all the way, so I don't think they're stopping now.
No, that's something now. That game against PSV, I was like awestruck of
I
how
know.
they played, and I am so excited to watch them.
Yeah,
Yep.
me as well. It seems like it. In previous years, this could have been kind of a coin flip, but I think this could be one of the biggest just walks in the park.
I don't know about a walk in the park though. I think Ajax played incredible, and they're so fluid. But
Benfica's good.
Benfica's
I
good.
was never impressed by it.
Benfica's good. They played well against Bayern, even though they lost 3-0. I know that's like weird to think
They
about.
held it until like the 70th minute. or
Yeah,
something
and then
like
Bayern scored
Barcelona.
3. They beat Barcelona 3-0,
Yeah.
and they have some good players. I think we talked about it last time, but Otamendi and Vertonghen, like even though they're older now, they're like the center backs.
Those wingers.
There's some other players.
I feel
on
like Ajax, I've seen them like every game. They're so dominant, like unbelievably dominant.
there. Yeah.
Where I feel like even if they did, even if Benfica did get, a good spell of possession,
Yeah.
that could be 10 minutes over 2 legs. I feel like it could be that drastic. Because honestly, it's just no disrespect to Benfica. It's just been how impressed I am with Ajax's play.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, Beast.
Yeah. I know. Yeah.
Got
Tommy
you,
has him
dude.
in the final, so you can't root against him now.
I got him locked in.
Well, who would be the upset if we had to pick one? Because we didn't really pick one. Who?
Let's go back.
It would be. I think it would be. It would be Lille against Chelsea, which was like the first one we talked about.
I know. I don't want to pick that as
Can't
my
do
upset,
that.
but I feel like that's the most likely to happen.
You know what? Let's go against the grain and not pick an upset. You know, everyone picks upsets.
That is true.
Yeah,
But
but not all the favorites win all the time.
That's true, but I don't see really, other than my choice would be Villarreal, because I think, and like Atletico, Man United, it wouldn't be a real upset. It's it's a set 8 versus 9 seed.
We picked Madrid, which is an upset over PSG. PSG's favored.
Yeah.
Are they actually?
Yeah, PSG's favored.
Oh, okay. We got it.
Yeah.
Oh, look at us.
Madrid.
Look at us.
What an upset.
What an upset.
Big,
Upset alert.
We'll label upset alert. Big hot take.
Yeah. All right. Well,
That'll be our thumbnail. High five. All right, we gotta make that up.
yeah, I got you. All right. Well, honestly, I feel like even if that isn't that big of an upset, picking all of the maybe favored is still
It's
by the numbers unlikely. You know.
Yes, that's true.
It never goes that way.
But I'm feeling confident. I'm feeling good. I feel like we are geniuses of this craft and of
Yes,
the
we are.
sport.
Yes.
I'm
and we
so
have picked
excited.
the 8 winners. I am very excited.
I'm so excited.
I know this is, well, no, it's not early. Do you guys have any thoughts on potential winner? You know, we can come back to this for the round of 8 and the semifinal.
It's so tough. Obviously, I want to say Bayern, but again, their squad seems so thin right now. And obviously, it depends who you draw, too.
Yeah, and my biggest fear with Bayern is just the fact that they haven't really played any huge competition yet.
Yeah. But it's like that every year, too, for Bayern. That's not going to change. And they perform well in the Champions League, even though they don't play big competition in the Bundesliga. Versus PSG also doesn't play anyone throughout the year, and they don't perform well.
Yeah.
So it's tough. And it could also kind of help them because City is also, they haven't won the Champions League, but they're playing against the best teams every week, you know, and that could be taxing maybe at the end of the year where they're fighting for the league. Champions League is going on too, versus Bayern is only focusing on the Champions League because the league's won already.
Yeah.
You know,
That is true, actually, because that's a good point.
so I don't know. I want to say Bayern, but Madrid too. It's whatever team is trending.
Quick
it's
fire.
what
Go with your gut. There's no points or anything. I think I'm going Liverpool.
Really
Yeah.
interesting. I'm going Ajax. But I think if it
think
wasn't Ajax, I think it might be City's year.
I think
'cause
it's
they're
City.
so dominant.
I think it's City. I think Pep finally does it for them. Choke again. What would this be like the third or fourth time?
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. Well, time will tell.
Time will tell.
That's how it goes.
things.
Like
Like
everything.
everything. You know what they say.
Yeah.
Okay.
Philosophy.
You know what they say. If you give a mouse a cookie, he's gonna want some milk.
That does not apply to the situation.
If you give a moose a muffin, that one's better. I think
What happens?
he gets a muffin.
Okay.
I hope we don't
That's
get
it.
copyrighted.
All right, to those still listening, let's do a
Uh,
Chelsea and Bayern
yeah.
update. Remember them?
Yeah, I remember those guys.
Oh.
Yeah. Let's start off with Bayern. I think the big news is Sule leaving.
To Dortmund.
How do you feel, Mr. Bayern?
Honestly, I feel kind of like betrayed, but also like he's.
Nicolas.
I feel like how Dortmund fans have felt for the last 10 years, I guess.
Yeah, taste your own
Right?
medicine.
But
How's it feel?
I feel like it's a step down for him. No, I mean he's gonna be playing every game.
That's the difference. He hasn't been playing every game at Bayern.
Yeah, so he's gonna get playing time. Obviously, that's probably very good for him. He's right in his prime. He gets to also play with Hummels. So this is another thing I was thinking about. He is playing with relatively new people. He's playing with Hernandez. He's playing with Upamecano. Pavard's been there, but historically he's played with Boateng, Hummels, and Alaba. And now they're all gone. So he's like, maybe it's time for me to go to a new team or change it up. Just why to Dortmund? I feel like he had better offers. Premier League was what I was thinking. Chelsea, Arsenal.
Yeah, I thought he was
anyone else? Yeah, I did too.
I thought it was like a lock. I was like doing the math. Who was coming?
And I wouldn't have minded that. Also, Rudiger and Süle, those are the starting center backs for Germany. Mm-hmm. And obviously we don't know if Rudiger's going to stay or not, but if Chelsea could lock down both of those, that would be perfect. Yeah. Chemistry-wise, playing-wise, everything. Yeah. So, it's so upsetting though.
I know. I like Süle.
He's so good. It's such a mistake by Bayern. Actually, it's a huge mistake.
It's a bummer. He's not going to be able to go on his runs down the right flank.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, Bayern's
he's going to actually have to play center back now.
Yeah.
Unfortunate.
Bayern's most likely going to put Pavard center back now. I think permanently, and they're going to go get a right back. I don't know, Dest or something. But I feel like he's not quality. He's not he's not what we need.
Yeah,
we need Dumfries.
All right, Chelsea. What's going on with Chelsea? Club World Cup. We watched that.
We're in the final.
Palmeiras.
Yeah, excited for that. Looks like Christensen and Azpilicueta are going to Barcelona.
Oh, really? Christensen too?
Yeah.
They're more locked on than Rudiger. Rudiger's still up in the air. They're kind of out the door already.
Oh my
well, at least however these rumors are saying.
Yeah.
Which for Barcelona is kind of sick.
Yeah.
That is nasty to get both of those players.
Off.
But like,
yeah,
it's dumb. And I honestly, you can't let all three of these players go. You can't let Azpilicueta, your captain, go. Christensen, your like young academy talent, and your best defender all leave in the same summer on a free. That's like embarrassing.
Yeah.
You gotta put your money behind one of them at least.
Rudiger.
It has to be Rudiger.
Yeah.
It has to be either
I think
Rudiger or Christensen.
Christensen, I can see. You know, I think the thing behind Christensen is that he's a little bit younger and he has this potential. But in Chelsea's mind, I can see them saying, okay, we've been waiting 10 years for him to fulfill his potential, and it hasn't really worked out. Whereas Rudiger right now is
top of his game.
Yeah, debatably the best center back in the Premier League.
Yeah.
You know, like, and I think he turned down their recent bid, or maybe not recent or whatever. The bid he turned down was $200,000 a week, and he wants $225,000.
Pay him $225,000.
Dude, what? Jesus. Like you're gonna do that? You're not gonna do that, but then you're gonna go buy another center back for 60 or 70 million and pay them $150 a week? How? Like doesn't make any sense. They're not proven. They're not or in with the team. You know, they don't know how the team plays.
Yeah.
It's just doesn't make any sense. And he's like the leader of the team these days.
Yeah.
You know, he puts the team on his back. That seems like such an easy.
It's
easy call.
It's so weird, and it's hard for us. I think it's weird from both sides. From as a fan, we're like, Chelsea, why don't you just give him like that money? But then also from Rudiger's position, I'm like, $25K from like $200K to $225K. Like, I'm not in that position, so I'm like, just take the $200K a week.
I can also see him. You know, he's older. He wants to secure down a contract for 4 years where he can go, and he sees Lukaku on $325 a week. He sees N'Golo Kante on something like $270, and he's looking around and he's like, these guys, if they're the rock of your team, I'm playing just as consistently as Kante.
Yeah.
I play more games than both of them. Like I can see him just kind of being disrespected, you know, or feeling disrespected.
Yeah, you could probably get $250 somewhere else.
Yeah.
$300K at Real Madrid.
Madrid will probably pay them.
Yeah.
I don't know what top defenders get paid, but it might just be a positional thing. Like if you're looking at comparable players, like a Van Dijk or Ramos when he was in Madrid, I don't know what they would get paid. I don't know what Van Dijk's probably the highest paid.
Right now, the highest paid is who's being paid like $400K because of like Juventus went for it. But probably like the top talent is around like
or Diaz too, maybe
like $300K. I would say it would be like
So and with his form, he's kind of right within that range. He's 28, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So he's kind of right at the time where he can expect a big contract like that.
Yeah.
You know, he gets maybe a 3-year contract with Chelsea.
Yeah,
I think he would take it. Or I feel like that would be a good move for Chelsea. And I can see why he expects that, honestly.
Yeah. Wow.
So hopefully.
Time will tell.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so stressful. It's
Give
so
a mouse a
stressful.
cookie.
It's so stressful that all this stuff is happening during like the most important time of the year. Too.
It has to be affecting their game, dude. It has to
be. It's even if you're super honed in and focused, it's still in the back of your mind. Like, am I gonna be here after the summer?
And I almost think the biggest problem is that all of this is undecided. I feel like they just need to like put out their bids and say, this is our final bid. If not, like you're open to getting you're open to get another contract. Get another contract. If you don't want this, like this is our final contract offer. Go find another contract somewhere else.
Need some closure.
I think they do, and I think obviously Marina Granovskaya is better at negotiating than I am. She's one of like the best GMs in the sport, but
I'm starting to really question
that. Well, she's good at signing players.
She's good, great at signing players, but I'm questioning our board in terms of actually having a vision and doing what's best for the team versus what's best for Sky Sport headlines. It's like they get the big headlines, they get the headline players, but are they correctly assessing the needs of the team and getting players and keeping players that will help us win a Premier League? We need to win a Premier League. We haven't done that in 5 years. If we're going to compete with Man City and Liverpool, we need Rudiger, or else we're going to have to wait like 2 more years to get a strong enough back line.
It also doesn't make sense because they just threw so much money at the attack, and obviously it maybe isn't working out. But strengthen up what you have. Like tie that down. Their defense should be kind of their rock under Tuchel.
Yeah. And even with all this stuff, like today against Al Hilal.
Yeah.
Our best players were Rudiger, Christensen, and I thought Asby had a great game. Like even without contracts, it's still our attack that's the problem. But don't focus on the attack.
Don't put them both in jeopardy.
Yeah,
I think that's what's the problem.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Gosh.
So stressful.
So stressful.
Gosh.
That is true though. Chelsea does make a lot of headline signings. I mean, Timo, Lukaku.
I think they're justified to do that. Yes, maybe it is. Sometimes doesn't work out, but they're willing to put money out. So they're willing to back the team. Abramovich is throwing money at the club. Mm-hmm. They're just not using it properly, or it's just not working out. But either way, they're like willing to fund these things. So I don't know why they're drawing the line at 25K when they're willing to spend 100 million on a striker.
We should be the board of Chelsea. This is our
this is how we end every episode.
Our audition tape.
Yeah.
Yes. I think we did pretty well. I think this is a good tape.
This tape, yeah. I look good.
Except for Sula.
We look good.
Do we look? Is the camera rolling? Okay. We have we picked our match of the week.
Yeah. Inter and Napoli. My last point. Did you see? No, my last point. We spent a lot of time talking about Coutinho last week. He scored and got 2 assists today. So.
Still not worth it. He can go crazy. No, it's still not worth it.
I think Tommy's argument. Maybe I'm wrong.
I
but
didn't mean to reopen all of this.
No, this is good. I love this. This is like the like epilogue or like the what's after like the ending. Whatever.
Credits.
Yeah, this is like the teaser for the next episode. But
after credits,
I think the biggest thing was, at least I wasn't saying Coutinho's a bad signing because I think it's a good signing. It just wasn't one of my top 2. Was my thing.
I was saying it was the worst signing.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, I guess you were saying.
I'm saying no matter he can go crazy right now if they don't make like a Europa League spot or even the Europa Champions League spot.
Yopa Champs.
Yopa Champs. The EUC. And it just doesn't matter. It matters next year if they sign him.
Yeah.
And yes, if he can be more ingrained in the club, yes, that matters. But until that's confirmed. It's just like, oh, you're paying this guy crazy amount of money for...
Yeah, my opinion, last week I think we kind of came to the agreement that it's a good signing if he plays well and he signs over the summer.
Right.
So I'm saying as of right now, he's playing well.
That's
so
true.
I think
box checked.
I still agree with that, like those contingencies.
Mm-hmm.
but I'm just pointing out that he is playing well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know. I don't think they even won that game that they tied.
That's fine. He had an impact.
Yeah,
Huge impact.
3-3 to Leeds. I keep having new things to say. These games this week were crazy.
Yeah.
Dude, Leeds, how are they still in the Premier League? Dude, they have 11 players. Their bench is like no names. And they literally today it was 3-3. You know, that's like the time when you bring on subs. They didn't sub anyone.
Oh my god.
And I looked at their or at least
they don't have it.
at least this I was checking this in like the 83rd minute. So maybe they made a sub in the last couple minutes. But you know, 83 minutes, 3-3. You think that they would already have made a sub to try to switch it up.
Yeah.
And I looked at their bench. I was like, who are they going to bring on? And I was like, I don't know any of these players. And I'm like, how are these still in the Premier League when they're literally just like drilling these 11 players like week in, week out?
Oh my gosh.
Well, I don't want to toot my own horn because
Yeah,
I said Leeds was going to go to regulate or
Get relegated.
Get relegated. I can't talk right now. Okay.
You do your mouth exercise.
Let's pause for mouth exercises. But it's because, like, if you look at the Bielsa trend, it's a good few years and then an absolute drop off. And it's because he runs these kids to death.
I know. Dude,
absolutely.
They talk about their like trainings and they're like dread going to their trainings because they're like, it's worse than a game.
It's like which is good in like moderation, but if like half the team's injured and like not fit for these games, maybe tone it down a little bit because he's a very respectable manager. He does great with these clubs, but only for a short amount of time. You know, you just gotta foot off the gas, and cruise a little bit.
It's a mirror of how a lot of their games go, or a lot of their you know, league careers or league runs go, you know, over the course of a season, because they will be doing well, you know, the first half of the season, first half of the game, first half of Bielsa's career or time at a club, it's doing really well. They're like, oh my gosh, what's this new team? You know, Leeds are crazy. They're going to get top 6 or something. And then it's like, wait, everyone's injured. Everyone's tired as hell.
And the same 11 players are playing every game.
Chaos. That's his like plan is just like create chaos by running it all over the pitch.
Yeah. I thought it was hilarious when I looked down, there was no subs and it was just like,
That's crazy. I feel like that never happens.
I know.
Yeah. There's random players. They don't have academy players anymore.
Oh.
What?
No, wait,
one more thing.
Xherdan Shaqiri to Chicago Fire.
That's a great ending. Yes.
We're all rooting for that one.
I know.
We love that one. We have to go to a game. He'll hit some bikes or something. I feel like.
Definitely go. I watch a few games.
He only hits rockets. I feel like.
Yeah.
Like,
that's his thing.
Yeah. He's got like the most buff small body. He's so stocky. Like he's ripped.
Strong as hell.
Yeah. I can't wait. I'm actually so excited.
Of all players to go to the Chicago Fire, you know, I was like, okay, maybe we can get like some like superstar or something. You know, you see them week in, week out, and you're like, oh my gosh, it'd be crazy if they played at Chicago Fire in 5 years. But this one I was not expecting at all, and I'm almost more excited because this guy I feel like is first of all crazy talented, but also kind of ridiculous and funny at the same time.
Yeah.
So he's the perfect character just to go like muck about and just kind of cause havoc and hit some worldies for 2 years, and then
he's only 30.
That's actually true. He could play.
He's going to be at the Chicago Fire for 7 years.
30.
It's going to be. He's our young. He's our from. He's
going to break the scoring record.
He's our young talent.
He's our young talent.
We usually get 35-year-old Schweinsteiger who was dominant. I remember watching those games. Schweinsteiger was like leagues above at 35. We're getting a young talent. Xherdan Shaqiri at 30 years old. Come on.
All right, fair enough.
We're starting our
good.
We tanked for a few years. We got some draft picks.
Yeah, no, it'll be perfect. I mean, once Shaqiri can't run anymore, he'll play Cam, and he can just ping passes around. Schweinsteiger
played center back.
He played center back because he couldn't run anymore, but he was still good.
It's incredible, yeah.
But yeah.
All right, well, welcome, awesome. Shaqiri.
Welcome to Chicago.
Watch some of these Shaqiri videos. Welcome to Chicago Fire.
New thumbnail. Okay,
we'll get him on the pod soon. We'll get him on the pod.
That's a good one.
All right. Well, thank you, everyone, for watching. Make sure to check us out on Spotify and YouTube and Twitter and all the platforms, all these other places. But thank you very much for watching, and we will see you next week.
Peace.